To whomever is listening, wherever you are, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Today's presentation purpose is to raise awareness on minimizing the risk of shoulder surfing in ATMs by introducing Controller-Freeze software and study. Controller-Freeze, the new approach in visual screen security details can be found in this year's publications. We are Noura Abdallah TUBAISHAT, Fatima ALJNEIBI, Marwa ALMENHALI. We are from Abu Dhabi, United Arab Emirates, Zayed University, and higher colleges of technology. Well, to start with, it is important to understand how crucial physical security. Physical security is part of any security plan, and the objective varies from safeguarding personal information to equipment and IT infrastructure or facilities or even company assets. Let's consider that physical security is the first line of defense. Physical security prevents from social engineering attacks and also from physical attacks, and there are multiple like tailgating, piggybacking, or they are the same. And also there is shoulder surfing, and this is where I'll be focusing on. Shoulder surfing is done by using direct observation techniques, such as looking over someone's shoulder, or not even the shoulder, but to the device that they are putting their password or PIN or even their personal information into. However, this simple practice is done sometimes without the intention of taking data. It's just like you are looking into someone, but your mind is not focusing. However, this aggravation of shoulder surfing phenomena makes it a tremendous privacy concern. When shoulder surfing is done with malicious intentions, case studies shows the consequences and vulnerabilities. The shown case study about Thaddeus when he waited for an ATM customer at Napa Bank of America and shoulder surfed his PIN to get $700 from the customer account. The question is, how did that happen? Well, the scenario will be as this. The customer left the ATM and did not wait for the thank you message. Here where Thaddeus has exploited the vulnerability and put the PIN that he memorized and took the money. Well, sometimes the delay in ATMs can cause this vulnerability to be exploited by bad intentions. Now we understand that shoulder surfing can impact with a financial loss. But what are the other risks of shoulder surfing? 1. The misusage of collected data. Attackers can make a withdrawal or a purchase using your account. 2. Identity theft. By opening a new account, transferring money and taking loans on your behalf. Sometimes it does not have serious consequences, but shoulder surfing evokes the negative feelings for both parties, resulting in a variety of managing situations. There are some existing physical solutions that prevent shoulder surfing attacks. For example, the visual display and privacy filter are known as screen protectors that we use in our daily lives to protect our phones and monitors or displays. They are both a development of the same idea. One was released in 2001 and the other was released in 2004. Another idea is the randomized augmented reality keyboard, which is not basically a physical solution, but it is a combination of physical and a software, because it uses the virtual reality, VR, in order to formulate a different password than what the attackers are seeing while you are entering it. reaching to the most interesting part of the presentation, which is shown in the pictures, the Controller-Freeze, the new approach in video screen security. It is a software that contributes notifications for shoulder surfing attacks in the real world. The software will be implemented as an added layer of security to ATMs, where there are many scenarios of shoulder surfing attacks happening. The system starts with the input of the video coming from the camera. The first parameter is the frame acquisition. The second parameter is defined by the face detection algorithms used as Viola and Jones algorithm, KLT object tracking algorithm, along with the multi-object tracking functions. All these algorithms and functions can be found in MATLAB libraries. We have set some decisions, so whenever the algorithms detects that there is a user, it will check if there is another user that is behind the actual user or the first one. So if there is another person or the frame of the camera detects more than one people, there will be an alert, and this alert will show three options. Yes, I know the person. This will allow you to complete the transaction. No, I don't understand. This will terminate the session. And the third one, no, take me to home screen. This will also terminate the session. In both session terminations, a capture will be taken. So if the onlooker is still there, the capture will be also taken. And then the transaction will be stopped and the system will be stopped. However, if there is no user, the acquisition will remain. If there was no onlooker, the acquisition will remain, and you can complete your transaction. The expected results from Controller-Freeze are simple, where the detection of more than one face in the scope of camera is completed, and notifying the user of ATM that someone is in the scope of the camera built in the ATM is completed. Also, we want to ensure the privacy of user information, and raising awareness of such attacks is done by using Controller-Freeze. As previously mentioned, Controller-Freeze can be considered as an awareness tool to end users and the ATMs. So, compared to previous years, governmental and non-governmental entities have increased the number of awareness campaigns related to banking frauds. For example, we have the UAE Banking Federation and Telecommunication Regulatory Authority and Abu Dhabi Police. All of them has increased the number of campaigns about banking frauds. However, Controller-Freeze can be a software implemented in all ATMs to deliver this message to whomever is using the ATMs. From our trial and proof of concept, we realized that for future we can add gaze detection algorithm, machine learning, and deep learning can be considered as an enhancement in the tool itself. Also, cashless economy can be considered as an obstacle. Why? Because if cashless economy was considered in the future, people will not be able to use ATMs. So it can be considered as an obstacle. However, for now, it is a tool that can be used to raise awareness until then. Back to our audience, and to conclude this session, the main takeaways that you can get out this session with are: risks of shoulder surfing can include the misusage of collected data, identification theft, and financial losses. Also, the existing solutions may vary from physical to software, and the idea is to understand what do you need in order to protect yourself. Also, Controller-Freeze is more difficult to tamper with compared to physical solutions because physical or privacy screen or QWERTY keyboard, these are solutions that can be tampered, while Controller-Freeze is a software-based solution that no one has access to unless it got hacked. However, we will also maintain the security of the code. And finally, the awareness is the key to prevention. Once this message is reached to the audience or to the right audience, I believe we should be safe now and then. Thank you everyone for attending this session. Should you have any ideas or improvements on our software, please contact us on the below email. And thank you.